Hello again YouTube, Enzo back bringing you another video review, and today we're going to carry on with the Fansproject dinobots. So today it's the turn of Cubrar and Tekor, or Slag as he was known in the G1. Now I know Slag does mean a dirty word in the UK, but it also means Slag is also a word for molten metal. So you can say that you've learned something today. But I'm just going to call him Slag because that's how I know him as anyway. So as you can see, Slag is a good looking Triceratops. Same colour scheme as Clumpio, but this figure is so much better, you know, transformation wise and things like that. He's a lot more cleverer. The transformation is long, it is satisfying, and they've fixed a lot of the issues that was wrong with Clumpio. So before we take a look at him, I'll just move him off to the side for a second now, just because I happen to have it here now. I'm just going to show you the box he comes in, like that. And same as Clumpio, I'm not going to bother doing his tech review. As you can see there, he's in there, like so. And you can also see there's a sword. Yeah, for some reason, I had two of each. I'm not kidding. I've got the other sword here, and I've got two guns. So whether there's been a mistake somewhere, but I've ended up with two guns and two swords, so cool. So again, I'm not going to do Tekor because I really don't like them. And just a quick look at some cover art up the top here, so you can see him in robot mode, Tekor, and things like that. It's a very different box to Clumpio's. I got this on eBay. Basically 50 quid. No, I'm not kidding you. I got this for 50 quid. I thought, oh, it must be a knockoff or something. But no, this is absolutely 100% genuine. The owner put a buy now price in it, or best offer. He wanted 65, I offered him 50. He wanted a quick sale. Absolute bargain. So there we go. And I got an extra sword and an extra weapon as well. And what can I say? He's just an awesome figure. Really, really cool. Quick size comparison. Here is G1 Gels. So you can see the difference there. So I think that's really in scale there. Sports car, Triceratops. What are you going to do? So that's that done. And a quick look at his sword and weapons. Like I said, I got two swords and two weapons. Now this is Slag's sword. Very nice indeed. A bit. I like the handle a lot better. And it's just a good looking sword. Let me just get, if I can, where did I put, 2 seconds. Sorry about that. I should be a bit more organised, shouldn't I? So this is Slag's sword, and this is Sludge's sword. So you can see the same reddish plastic, but different hilts and different blades. This is a really nice one. I really do like this one. Really, really cool. So there's the comparisons of the swords, and with the guns, as you can see, this is Sludge's gun, like that. Put that away. And this is Sludge's gun, Slag's gun. So it's a bit, I don't know, colours difference, like a greyish plastic, moulded. Not much detail has got into this one, but I think it works. And when he's actually in robot mode and he's actually holding them both, yeah, it looks pretty good. Some pretty meaty firepower there. And again, they've got ports on each side, and there's ports on the hips. So you could, what I like to do is I like to mount the two cannons or the two guns on his back legs. Now come on now, is there anything more terrifying than a Triceratops charging at you with two massive cannons on the side? And just for good measure, he's got a cannon in his mouth as well. Obviously that's hiding his face, but never mind. So again, really, really cool. They've Fansproject with this figure really upped their game with this one. Really, really cool. Articulation, same articulation as what you'd find on Clumpio. Basically the front legs and everything, they're all on ball joints. They can move around. They've got very stiff joints in this one, but they've got like a swivel there. They bend at the knee. Really stiff joints as well for the feet and the calves. Horns do move, but they're very, very stiff, so I'm not going to push it. The mouth opens and closes, can go quite a way actually, like that. He's like, and he's got the blaster inside there. And you'd be happy to know that on the back, his tail is actually articulated. It's on ball joints, so you don't have a great range of motion there. But, you know, you can move, I would say adequately. I would say that's good enough. You know? So there we go. Quick look underneath the figure, so you can see no rough edges, no Autobot, no robot Cubrar, anything like that now. He is a really good looking Triceratops. Absolutely fantastic. As I said, Fansproject, with this version, they really upped the game, they really upped the transformation, and I take my hat off them. And again, anybody who's thinking of collecting third-party Dinobots, unless Hasbro are going to release their Dinobots in the future, we don't know, I would say collect the Fansproject ones, because you will not be disappointed. He's pleasing to the eye, good articulation in Dinobot mode, the weapons are excellent, the sword is excellent. What more can I say? He's a really cool figure. Right, let's get down to transformation. This one does do some really cool stuff. This may be a long video, I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing. If you stick with me till the end of the video, I have an announcement. So stay tuned. Right, first thing you're going to do for transformation is you're going to grab hold of his back legs, pull them out like that, just to get them out of the way. And you can see then that everything starts to separate. You want to come under here. You can see where the panels have started separate now, because they're tabbed in there, and tabbed here. So you want to lift these panels out like that, just to separate everything. And then you want to get down to these panels down here as well, fold them out to the sides. I do apologise if you can hear some banging in the background. My next door neighbour's got builders in, can't be helped at the moment. So once you've got everything freed like that, just grab a hold of the top part and then start to untab everything and bring them down. And same again on this side, just get the tail out of the way, just lift the tail up like that and start to bring everything down. And I'm pleased to say that one thing that they've learnt is they've put ratchets in the hips. Very, I do appreciate that, very cool. Right, so the legs do a really cool trick. It's a bit awkward to pull off, so please bear with me. So the first thing you want to do is see these hinges here. They're really awkward. You've got to line these hinges up just right, because they're on a hinge there and it's on a hinge there. So you've got to try and stretch everything out like that. So try and get it like that. Then you want to bring the leg in like that. You need to fold it on a hinge like that. So basically it tabs in like that. There we are. And then what we're going to do is now, when we bring the leg in like so, bring it in like that, basically this groove, that groove there, needs to line up with that. So if you line it up thusly, and if you've got those hinges in the right way, because what needs to happen is we need to slot that in. Basically these two tabs here, can you see that like that? No, you can't really. You see these two tabs there, those two need to peg in to these two sides here. It's a little bit tricky, but again, that's what I said, you've got to get these hinges just right. If you get it just right and you push it in, you should hear a satisfying click like that, and you know then that that is secure. And then what you do is you rotate the dino foot like that to bring that around, and then you bring the whole section forward like that, and basically the panels that will loosen, that folds like that, that folds like that, and there you have a Dinobot leg all done. That is freaking cool. I like that a lot. And then again with Clumpio, you just untab that, bring that up, and that's his heel. That's his knee pad. Very cool. So you've taken the Dinobot leg, basically there it is on the inside. Really cool. That's an excellent piece of transformation and design there. Absolutely fantastic. So again, we'll do the same again on this side. So bring these panels up like that, because it's on a double hinge, so you can just straighten that out. First of all, mine is really stiff. So once you've got it like that, then you need to fold it in itself again, bring it up like that, fold that in, sorry, like that, bring that up, line the notch up with that peg. If you get it right, it should tab into place. I think, yeah, that's secure. Then you rotate the dinobot toe, I should say. Bring the whole assembly forward like that. And then put that down like that. That's already folded up there like that. And there you go. A very cool piece of transformation. There's the toe, there's the heels. Good, solid, chunky legs. He is absolutely solid. And again, bring up his knee guard like that. Straighten out the legs. And if you can see inside here, the hips are slightly different. They're just moving around like that. What you want to do is you want to push that up now and straighten the legs out to get everything situated. And then once he's like that, he's solid. He's not going anywhere at all. Just need to sort out his hips just to get him to stand correctly. There we go. And yep, that's it. Oh, he's leaning a little bit. Oh, could be the tail. There we go. So that's the bottom half of Slag done. Right, bring the tail down out of the way. Next, what you want to do, you want to come up and you want to split the mane like that, just to free everything up. Then you want to come under here and you want to try and split these panels. Just untab them from the side like so. So that's one and that's two. And just like sledge, they're on double hinges, so you can get them out of the way. The mane does kind of get in the way, but we'll get to that now. And then what you want to do then, you want to pull the chest sections apart like that, and then hopefully then that should that'll give us a bit more clearance. That's it. You can bring them a bit more forward, bring these panels up out of the way like that, and just put them off to the side like that for the time being. And then just pull the chest apart. One thing I did forget to mention when he was in Triceratops mode as well, he's got, you can see there on the neck, it's a double ball joint. So again, he's got really good range of motion there when he's in Triceratops mode. He's able to look up, look down, side to side. It's quite limited, but again, that's a really good use of the ball joint there. And there's another trick, but I'll show you that later. And then you want to bring this chest piece up. You can see these two tabs now, and they slot into these sides here. So bring that up, and then they should tab in thusly to secure the chest in place. That's one, that's two, and that's that in place. Next thing you want to do is grab hold of the dinobot of the arms. I need to rotate all the way around until you get to these blue pieces, which look like on the chest there like that. Some people have said that they're not hearing any noises. They're supposed to be ratcheted. This one's quite quiet. This one's got a bit of a ratchet sound to it. It's not too bad. Maybe one has come loose, but I know a few other reviewers have had that problem. So there we go. Once that's like that, bring that down. Happy days. And what's really cool about the hand is you just flip up this little panel on the front. Not much, just a little bit. Bring down the dinobot foot, push it all the way, brings out the wrist, and rotate the wrist, close up the panel. Same again on this side, just bring up that little panel so you've got some clearance, bring down the dinobot foot, push it back, out comes a fist. Fold that panel down. And there we go, that's that done. Just make sure he's standing okay. He's a bit wobbly. There we go. So leave the side skirts as they are. I'm going to have to go and... there we go. Let's straighten out these ratchet legs. There we go. Because he was falling over there. See, you've got to be really careful with these ratchets. If they're not the same, they will fall and they will cause you problems. So once we have him like that, we basically flip the mouth open to reveal the head like that. Actually, first thing what you want to do, I missed a step. What you need to do, you need to push the head back as far as it will go. So make sure all the ball joints are pushed right back. So that's all the way back. That's as far as I can go. And then what you want to do is this little tab here under his mouth, that connects to that little latch there. It's very, very difficult to get. You've got to do it so many times to try and get it. But once it's locked in, then you shouldn't be able to move the head. It's a pain in the ass to do, but once it's in, it's in. So hold the head back like that. And there he is, gun face. which is cool. That's a lockdown look if I've ever seen one. Really, really cool. Let me just bring up the camera so you get a much better idea of what I'm doing. So yeah, you can totally do gun face if you want to. So what you want to do then is basically do it by feel. What I tend to do is bring it all the way forward, push down, push it back until it locks. You can see there it hasn't locked. Once I can't lift the dinobot head up, you know it's in. So, oh, I had it there. There we go. And then just flip the gun, bring his head forward because it is on the ball joint, flip the gun behind his head, put it back in like that, and then you can just pose him as you would like. You can either have these furls up or down. Really nice, good looking shoulder pads there, I think. I think I got it. Yeah, I think I got it. And with the tail, it's entirely up to you. But what you can do is if you bring this tail all the way back on its joint like that, sorry, wrong way, if you bring it forward all the way like that, and bring it up, I think that's how I did it, right? Let's have a look, yes, like that. Well, what you can do, I don't really do it, what you can do then, you can see these ports here, these ports plug into these two here to hold the tail, but if you do that, you lose the waist articulation. But there is a way of doing it. So it's my fault, I'm not doing a very good job at the moment. I think that's as far as it is. There we go, tabbing in like that. These ratchets are really, really tight. Really, really tight. It does need a bit of force. Don't be afraid to give it a bit of force. And then tab it in like that, just to get everything situated. And then just tab, and that will hold the dinobot tail in place like that. And there we have Cubrar, aka Dinobot Slag, in robot mode. And I have to say, what a good looking robot mode this is. This is fantastic. This is the best one. This has just gone leaps and bounds as far as Columbia's gone. Absolutely leaps and bounds. What a really brilliant transformation. The transformation is satisfying. You've gone from a really good Triceratops to a really good robot mode, and he looks absolutely like a really big. He looks like a bodybuilder. He looks massive. He looks ready for a flipping scrap. And I'm happy to say that hands are articulated. They can rotate. They can go up and down, and they can rotate. And he's able to hold his sword without any issues whatsoever. You can just get the sword in there really nice and tight. Come on. In fact, sometimes it's a bit too scary to get in, but there we are. So you can hold his sword, and he can also hold his guns without any trouble at all. They don't peg or tab in, but the connection, the fit is much, much better, and he holds the guns a lot better than what Clumpio was able to do. Absolutely fantastic looking figure. I can't recommend this figure enough. He is really, really cool. As I said, you want a good Dinobot, you go for Fansproject. Right, so the first thing we're going to cover now, we're going to cover articulation. Let me give you a really good look at the head sculpt first. I would have preferred if the head was red, like in the original G1 cartoon, but oh well, never mind. And again, he's got that really cool painted eyes there, the mouth and the nose, really good articulation on the head. Well, not on the head so much, it is on the ball joint, but because it's basically sitting in a Triceratops' mouth, basically left to right is basically non-existent. Plus he's got the gun in the back there. You've got a little bit, but not a lot. You can look down like, oh, and you can look up a little bit, but again, cool. Shoulders are on ball joints, and you can see there that they move out a little bit as well, so you've got a little bit of extra playability there. In and out, they can do a full 360. His elbow is a little bit lower than I would like, but again, you know, that's the Dinobot leg, so he's got a double jointed elbow there. He's able to rotate at the upper part of the bicep. Hands can open and close, which is good, and I'm really happy that they have a swivel, so they can go around like that, so he can get some really good poses holding his guns and his swords. Because the tail is locked in here now, you've basically lost the ability to do a to use the waist rotation, so I just basically untab it like that and leave it loose. The only problem I found is basically if I just put the tail down like that now, so it's not in the way, lift his arms up like that, basically, whee, that's way too loose than what I would like. And hopefully I'm going to be able to go in there somehow and tighten those screws up, but I really don't like that. I'm going to have to try and sort that out. But you have waist articulation there. You have these panels on the side here then. For Dinobot mode, you have to have them like that. But he has like side skirts, armour, that he can move around. So again, that's a really nice touch. And what was missing on Clumpio was the nice heavy, well not heavy ratchets, but ratchets at least on the legs to keep the figure stable. And you can see that little pivot joint there now, that's for transformation. When you go back to Dinobot mode, you have to have the legs like that, but in robot mode you have them straight up like that. Get that panel down as well. And then obviously he has really heavy ratchet joints there, double ratchet joints as well, at the top of the knee and the lower part of the knee, and a little bit of tootsie wootsy play there. And yeah, that's it. But what an absolute joy it is to have a really good solid figure, and what a vast improvement it was for Clumpio. Now we've done a quick comparison with them together in robot mode, in Dinobot mode. So let me just bring Clumpio back now to do a side-by-side version. So you can see that obviously Slag is a lot bigger and a lot bulkier compared to Sludge, but again they look really good. The colours all match. I think the blue is a little bit lighter on this one, a little bit lighter on this one compared to this one, but again really good. You know, what an improvement from their first attempt to the second attempt. They just nailed it. They've absolutely nailed it. He's perfect in Dinobot mode. He's perfect in robot mode. The only thing I'm not too keen on with is how freely his his waist spins around like that. He's able to hold his weapons really cool. So I don't know if anybody else has had double weapons. Whether I'm the only one, or there must have been a few people who had mistakes, but I got double weapons. So you can dual wield swords or dual wield his cannons, and I think he looks absolutely fantastic. So if you're going to get, like I said, if you're going to get Dinobots, get Fansproject. I wouldn't go for anybody else. I would just go for these, and you will not be disappointed. The transformation, yeah, it's long, but it's very satisfying, and the results at the end, fantastic. I've already ordered a set from Repro Labels, so I'm going to get a nice little Autobot symbol to go in his chest there, and one for him there, and one for Dinobot mode. But again, Slag is absolutely fantastic. What a really good, what a good all-rounder. That's all I can say. He's a fantastic all-rounder. He feels solid. Nothing feels as if he's going to break. You know, obviously you've got to be gentle with him first couple of times you transform him, because there are so many locking in points and stuff like that, but he's absolutely fantastic. Nailed him. And once, I know Swoop is out now of Volar or whatever, and you can get the hip replacement for this one, as I said in my Clumpio review. I can't wait to have the full team on my shelf. Absolutely fantastic. Can't really wait. Now, as I mentioned at the start of the review, thank you for sticking with me. If you've stuck to the end of the review, I have an announcement to make. Basically, you decide what review I'm going to be doing next. I have £100 set aside ready, and I am going to buy a figure up to the limit of £100. So it's up to you. Now, your three choices are the new Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus when he comes out in May. I would really like to do that one. So there's that one. Or I can get the next Fansproject version of Swoop, which is Volar. We can do that one. Or the one I would also like to do as well, I want to do Toy World's Infinitor, which is basically a scaled down version of Fortress Maximus. So those are your three choices of what you'd like to see next. So please comment, rate and subscribe. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you'd like to see. And I will put that £100 towards it. I know Ultra Magnus is out in May. I've already got a pre-order with Kapow Toys, so I should be getting him hopefully maybe first, second week in May. Vola I can get now, and I could probably get Fort Max now as well. So it's up to you. It's totally up to you. Whichever one of those three you want me to review next, leave a comment down below, like it, subscribe, and I'll give it maybe 5 days. I'll come back, I'll check the video, check the comments, see who's voted, see who's done what, and whoever basically has said the most, that's the figure I will get. So there we go, bit of interaction there between us. So thank you very much. So again, you know, absolutely fantastic. I mean, I don't mind having a tail like that, so it's loose, so it doesn't, you know, the ratchets are quite heavy, so he's not going to go anywhere. It doesn't need to be tabbed in, and I just think he looks like an absolute badass. Absolutely cracking. I can't say anymore. He's an absolute he's genius. That's all I can say. He's great. He's absolutely great. You got to get this figure. You just got to get him. Got to get him. Okay then, YouTube, that's it for me for today. So thank you very much. Diolch yn fawr. Please comment, rate and subscribe. Let me know which one of those three figures you want to see. So it's Fort Max, Ultra Magnus, or Fansproject version of Swoop. Those are your three choices. Let me know. And I will see you again soon. Okay, boys? Ta-da.